Yo, what's up guys, it is Seahawks Area back with another video, and today's my Week 16 NFL recap. 2 weeks to go in the regular season, then the playoffs. Best time of the year for football. The Thursday and 2 Saturday games are over, so let's start with those. On Thursday, we had the Chargers coming back and beating the Broncos. They were down 21-13 at halftime and won 34-27. Good job, Denver. To start off, Bo Nix, 2 touchdowns, and he cannot throw a ball over 5 yards, apparently. That's what everyone on TikTok's been saying. They're rushing. They got, a lot of people involved early. In their first drive, they had 4 different ball carriers, I think. And they ended with that for the total stats. They had a touchdown for Audric Estime. Marvin Mims had 62 yards. The touchdowns came from Veal and Michael Burton. Bo Nix fumbled. Brandon Jones with 10 tackles. A sack for Drew Sanders and Tillman. The interception came from Chris Abrams-Drain. 9 points for Will Lutz and 5 points for Dixon. And now for the Chargers. Justin Herbert, 284, 2 touchdowns and a pick. They're rushing. Outside of a 43-yard rush for Gus Edwards towards the end of the game and having 2 touchdowns, their rushing game was pretty bad. So what happens when you don't have J.K. Dobbins, apparently. But yeah, 2 touchdowns for Gus Edwards, and then Ladd McConkey had himself a great day. Had 6 catches for 87 yards on all of his targets. And then the touchdown receptions came from Hassan Haskins on a 4th down, I think, and then Darius Davis. Kamani Vidal recovered his own fumble. My boy Deion Henley with 10 tackles, leading the team once again. He's just that guy. A sack for Joey Bosa. A sack for Bud Dupree. What a throwback name. No picks. 8 points for Cameron Dicker. 3 points for J.K. Scott, and also Quentin Johnston. Dude, you're making yourself look just worse by the game, by the drop. How did you drop that pass towards the end of the game? Your mom might have to start working again, pal. I don't know. Now, the first Saturday game, the Chiefs go to 14-1 after they take down the Texans 27-19. I completely forgot there was a Saturday game and slept until 11 a.m. and missed most of it. So I really only caught the 4th quarter, which was barely anything. But Stroud, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. I don't know what's going on with him this year. I really don't. I really thought he was going to be the MVP. Clearly not. The rushing, it was productive. Tank Dell, moment of silence for him. That was really bad. Oh my, yeah, and they're showing it right there, yeah. Ugh. Oh yeah, show the fucking replay of it as well. Hell yeah. I really hope that's not his career because he's such a fun player to watch. He's so shifty, he's so dynamic when he has the ball in the open field. It was so bad his leg had to be vacuum sealed in a cast or something before he left. Pretty sure there was a post I already saw somewhere. I'll throw a screenshot of it up, but he dislocated his knee or something, or broke his knee. I don't know, but his whole leg was f***ed up. Dalton Schultz had the other touchdown. Nico Collins 7 for 60 yards. I don't know if the Texans are gonna be much of a threat if they make the playoffs. If they just have one true receiver being Nico Collins. I don't know. It's going to be really tough. And Joe Mixon can't do everything. Robert Woods fumbled. I didn't even know he was on this team anymore. Eric Murray and Henry To'oTo'o with 10 tackles each. A sack for Christian Harris. No picks. 7 points for Ka'imi Fairbairn. I don't get how this dude can make straight up 60-yard field goals but then just miss extra points. There's no in between with the guy. I don't know why. And 2 points for the former Chief, Tommy Townsend. And now for the Chiefs. Mahomes did play, so I got my pick right. I said in my predictions, if he played, my pick is the Chiefs. So I'm counting that. He had a passing touchdown to Worthy, and he had a rushing touchdown where apparently he just looked like a cyborg running, like his ankle wasn't even a problem. So, that's good. It's good. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown. Xavier Worthy had a touchdown. He could have had two, but he dropped one, I think, in the end zone. Hollywood Brown made his Chiefs debut, 5 for 45 on 8 targets. Welcome to the team for you, buddy. No fumbles, 7 tackles for Tranquil, a sack for Joshua Williams, a sack for Mike Pennell. That's a pick for Jaden Hicks. 2 straight weeks of that. Let's go. And Trent McDuffie with the other interception. The 2 big Washington college football team natives with interceptions on the same team in one game. Hopefully there's no bad blood between them. So it probably isn't. I don't think they care. 9 points for Harrison Butker and 2 punts for Matt Ariza. Alright, Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens beat the Steelers. I don't know if I've ever been able to say that much. I think Lamar has legitimately won 3 games against the Steelers since he's been the Ravens starter. I don't know, but they BTA'd the Steelers. Russ. Oh, this was a hard game to defend you on. Did you learn the ball security of Kyler Murray on that play where he just got lit TF up and just fumbled at the goal line? Stop that. What is with you in goal lines, bro? It's crazy. Jaylen Warren looked like the better running back on this team for this game. So, yeah. And then Calvin Austin led the team with 4 for 65. He had a really good 44-yard catch. Had this much room of separation to make with his footing. Yeah. Jaylen Warren also had 44 receiving yards, and the receiving touchdowns came from Cordero Patterson and Michael Pruitt. Yeah. Russell also threw a pick 6 because Michael Pruitt is... Yeah. Just wasn't even trying for that football. Russell Wilson lost a fumble. Warren picked his own fumble up. 8 tackles for Patrick Queen in his revenge game in Baltimore. That didn't go well. A sack for Highsmith. And that's all. A pick for Minkah Fitzpatrick, though. 5 points for Boswell and 5 punts for Waitman, and now Lamar. Played a good game. 3 touchdowns and a pick. But Derrick Henry... Every single time this dude got the football in this game, it's like the Steelers weren't even trying to tackle him. Literally in the first quarter, I'm pretty sure Tom Brady did say he was on pace for 400 rushing yards in the first quarter. That's how good he was doing already. It's insane. Insanity. Zay Flowers, 5 for 100. Mark Andrews... Isaiah Likely and Rashad Bateman with the touchdowns. Rashad Bateman's catch was it was a really good football. Zay Flowers could have a stat line like this one week, and then the next week, especially when you start him in fantasy during the season, he'll have 2 catches for 15 yards and have 4 drops. That's probably something he's done in his career, actually, so far. But yeah, it's annoying. But good on him for helping his team win. Desmond King fumbled twice. How? Aren't you a corner? Lamar fumbled, and then these 4 picked up fumbles. Roquan Smith with 10 tackles, half a sack for Madubuike, 1.5 for Kyle Van Noy, who set a season high in sacks for him, I think. He has 10 or 11, I think, now. A sack for Michael Pierce. A pick 6 for Marlon Humphrey, and he did an NFL street dance on the way to the end zone. It was actually kind of funny. Justin Tucker, he went 6 for 6 for 10 points. You're showing up at the right time, pal. And 3 punts for Jordan Stout. Alright, all the games are over now for the week. Week 16 is in the books, and I'm not happy. To start with the Sunday games, we'll start with the Rams beating the Jets. You had one job, Jets. Come on. The Rams win 19-9. Looks like it was just the most boring game that could ever be. Stafford didn't even really do much. He threw a touchdown and a pick. Kyren Williams was this offense, pretty much. Puka had 56 yards. The touchdown went to Tyler Higbee, his first game back, and his first catch goes for a touchdown. Nicely done. These two picked up fumbles. Jalen McCullough with 9 tackles, a sack for Cameron Curl, no picks. Cardi with 7 points, 2 punts for Evans, and now the Jets. Rodgers actually did something. Too bad it wasn't nearly enough, though. This rushing. Breece Hall with 52 yards. Devontae Adams had another good game. 7 for 68 and a touchdown. Rodgers and Gibson lost fumbles. 8 tackles for Sherwood. A pick for Tony Adams. 3 points for Carlson. No punts. No punts and you lose a game. That's the most Jets thing I've ever heard. And the Commanders snapped the Eagles' 10-11 game winning streak. They win 36-33 at the last second. What is going on? I don't want a Coke break. No, I don't want that. But yeah. A lot of Eagles fans are saying, oh, we had Jalen Hurts, we would have won. Congrats, you beat us with our backup quarterback, Kenny Pickett. As if they don't, chirp when they beat Washington before this year. All they've had is backup quarterback since the Kirk Cousins days. Take the loss, guys. Pickett did nothing. He's living up to his name, Pickett, by throwing a pick. A really stupid one. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was tipped, so never mind. Barkley mainly was in the first half, was all this, and then he just teetered off in the second half. I don't know what was up with that, but he had himself an electric game. A.J. Brown had 97 yards and a touchdown. It was just Brown and Smith. Literally nothing else. Oh, wow. Maddox lost a fumble. Pickett fumbled. Nolan Smith picked up 2 fumbles. Cooper DeJean picked up a fumble. 12 tackles for Dean, 11 for Bond. 1 sack for Nolan Smith. An interception for Blankenship and Gardner Johnson, who got ejected and then flipped off the Commanders crowd. Way to see you take that with very lightly. Yeah, you have no anger issues at all. 15 points for Jake Elliott. If you didn't miss this field goal, who knows what would have happened. 4 punts for Braden Mann, and now the Commanders. Jaden Daniels. 5 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions, but they got the win. He also led his team with 81 rushing yards. Zacchaeus with 2 touchdowns. McLaurin with a touchdown, and Jamison Crowder with 2 touchdowns in his first game back since October. It's weird, I don't know. Brian Robinson did lose 2 fumbles. The Eagles picked up 4 fumbles. And they're complaining about losing. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. Actually, 2 interceptions, 4 fumble recoveries. How do you lose like that? Defense did everything practically besides the points allowed. A sack for Jerzon Newton, a sack for Clelin Ferrell, a sack for Fowler, a sack for Holmes, a pick for Frankie Louvu, 4 points for Gonzalez, 2 punts for Tress Way. Commanders, they're looking to get a playoff spot. I hope they do, because they're a really fun team to watch. Drew Lock threw more touchdowns to the other team than his own team. That's rough. I don't know how Drew Lock is an NFL quarterback. It sucks. He's the best option the Giants have. Because, he's not a good option to have. His rushing was garbage. Malik Neighbors, 68 yards. Robinson, 52. Tyron Tracy got the receiving touchdown. Drew Lock lost a fumble. 3 turnovers. Good job, Drew. 11 tackles for Masu. They didn't get a sack. Cordero Flott, that shouldn't be an interception on Penix. That was not an interception. That was Kyle Pitts being a moron. 1 point for Gano, 5 points for Gillen. Penix in his first game, this is not an interception. This is everything but an interception. I promise. And if anything, Kyle Pitts threw the interception, practically. But Bijan had himself a great day. 2 rushing touchdowns, almost 100 yards. Mooney with 82 yards, London with 59, and Kyle Pitts being extremely useful. Can we stop pretending like he's a good tight end in football? Can we stop pretending like he's not a bust? Because he is a bust. Ebiketie picked up a fumble. 7 tackles for Ellis with a sack. A sack for Ebiketie. I don't know how to say that name. A sack for Matthew Judon. A pick 6 for Jesse Bates and Matthew Judon. Good job, Drew Lock. You're out here throwing touchdowns to the ops. 10 points for Riley Patterson. The Falcons kicker had more points than the Giants, which doesn't even seem like it's surprising. And 2 points for Pinion. The Falcons, they're on top of their division at 8-7. Michael Penix Super Bowl run? That'd actually be the best thing that happened this season. Cue the clown music because Arizona, you got eliminated from the playoffs by the Carolina Panthers. Oh boy. Good job, Cardinals. You had the division lead for a month or something just to get eliminated from the playoffs by the Panthers. The Panthers. That's hilarious. Murray, a touchdown, a pick. James Conner had 117 and a touchdown. Murray had a rushing touchdown. James Conner's injured, which isn't good. He led the team with 49 yards. DJ Dallas, of all people, got a receiving touchdown. That's nice. Trey McBride, after the game, was caught walking to the locker room on video saying this team is soft, and you lost to a guy named Chuba. You got walked off by a guy named Chuba. That is this franchise in a nutshell. Good God. Murray lost a fumble. 10 tackles for Jalen Thompson. A sack for Kazir White. A sack for Jones. A sack for Baron Browning. No picks. 12 points for Ryland. 3 points for Pilardi. Gotta have some serious conversations about Kyler Murray pretty soon because, he's a great rushing quarterback. He throws the ball fantastic every now and then, but other than that, he's not gonna get you anywhere special. And paying him $200-something million 2 years ago, that ain't looking good. Now Bryce Young, 158, 2 touchdowns, but Chuba Hubbard. Oh wait, Bryce Young had a rushing touchdown as well. Nice, but Chuba Hubbard. What do you do with Jonathan Brooks next year whenever he's back? Because Chuba Hubbard, this dude out of nowhere just became a top 5 running back in football this year. It's insane. Adam Thielen, 43 and a touchdown. David Moore had a great touchdown catch. I hope he gets a decent sized bag, a 2-3 year extension for $20-25 million. I think that he's worth that. Harris lost a fumble. Windman with 8 tackles and a sack. Ashawn Robinson with a sack. A sack for Wanham. 3 sacks. A pick for Damani Richardson. 6 points for Pinero and 5 points for Hecker. Dude, the Panthers got to be the best 4-11 team. Bengals still got hope. 7-8. 2 games to go. You could go 9-8. I mean, the second the Browns announced that DTR was starting, it was over already. It was already over before it even started because Winston just is not good. But this is DTR. Yeah. He ain't good. A touchdown for Jerome Ford. 66 yards for Njoku. Foreman lost a fumble. DTR and Briggs picked up fumbles. 9 tackles for Jordan Hicks. A sack for Mike Hall Jr., Grant Delpit, Myles Garrett, who is the first player in either Browns history or NFL history to have 100 sacks before he's 30 or 29, something like that. That's insane. This dude is a generational player. We probably won't see a guy like him for a while or ever. McGuire with a sack, no picks, nothing for Hopkins, and 4 points for Corey. And now the Bengals, Joe Burrow, elite game, 252, 3 touchdowns. Chase Brown, he didn't score, but he had a really good game. Jamar Chase, 97 and a touchdown. T. Higgins and Isovius with touchdowns. Mike Gesicki flipped mid-game, I think, while getting tackled or somersaulted. Burrow lost a fumble. Jordan Battle with 7 tackles. A sack for Osai. A sack for Hendrickson. 2 for Chris Jenkins. A sack for McKinley Jackson. Geno Stone and Jordan Battle with interceptions. Like 2 straight weeks that both of them have got interceptions. Or like a turnover of some sort. 6 points for Cade York, including a 59-yarder, which Browns fans are probably just like happy about because he couldn't even make a 40-yard field goal with the Browns when he was there. So that's a giant kick in the balls. And 4 points for Rakow. The Titans almost came back in this game. That would have been horrible for the Titans if they actually won this game, because everyone knows they need a quarterback in this draft. I mean, Mason Rudolph, he did throw 3 picks, 2 touchdowns. Didn't look the worst though. Tajay Spears, 2 touchdowns. Okonkwo with 81 yards. Calvin Ridley, 78 and a touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Ikhine has like 24 catches and 10 touchdowns or something this year. It's actually insane. Touchdown merchant. That's not a bad thing, though. 15 tackles for Cedric Gray. A sack for Jeffrey Simmons. Pick for Amani Hooker. It's always good when the hooker gets a pick. 2 points for Navarson. 4 points for Stonehouse. Now the winning team, the Colts. What the hell, Richardson? What is this? I don't understand how the Colts win games like this when Richardson has stats like that. 7-11, 131, a touchdown, a pick, 2 touchdowns actually because he ran one in. But the story obviously is Jonathan Taylor. What the hell? You better make sure you actually hold on to the ball every single time for touchdowns now. Josh Downs, 3 for 61 and a touchdown. No fumbles. 10 tackles for Jalen. A sack for Kwity Paye. A pick for Kenny Moore, or 2 picks for Kenny Moore and Samuel Womack. 8 points for Gay. 4 points for Sanchez. The Colts, I could have swore I thought they were eliminated from the playoffs after losing last week, but no, they're still alive. I don't know where I heard it from that they were eliminated, but I was convinced they are until like now, I think. But they do got a shot. Probably won't make it though. You never know though. Clearly the injuries aren't like a thing for the Lions. Like they just don't care. Though it was the Bears. Jared Goff, 336 and 3 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, his first game without like Montgomery playing. Pretty good game. If both of those players weren't on the same team, they would get like 100+ yards every single week. Though, I don't know if the Lions would ever want to get rid of one of them. They want to keep both of them forever, which I don't really blame them, because they're both elite running backs. Jameson Williams, 5 for 143 and a touchdown. This dude just catches bombs and just nothing else for touchdowns. St. Brown had a touchdown. Laporta's touchdown came from a fake trip fumble snap that the Bears fell for. I'm pretty sure it happened to them in week 1 last year against the Packers, but like it was on purpose, not designed for the Packers. So yeah, the Bears have fell for that twice now. Good job. Neiman and Pascal recovered fumbles, 12 tackles for Branch, a sack for Melifonwu, a sack for Muhammad, no picks, surprisingly. Jake Bates with 10 points and only 1 punt for Fox. And now, Caleb Williams, he actually had a really good game. He led his team in rushing. Keenan Allen, 9 for 141 and a touchdown. Late season surge for him, because why not at this point? Odunze and Moore had good games, and Cole Kmet had his first touchdown in I don't even know how long. Caleb did fumble twice, lost one of them. Odunze lost one. Owens and Edwards with 8 tackles. Sack for Pickens. No picks. 5 points for Santos. 3 points for Torrey Taylor. The Lions for the first time in their franchise as well. 13 wins. Keep going for more. Go for more. This is like the Lions' great chance to win a ring here. I hope they can do it. You have one job, Seahawks. One job. Playoffs are probably out of the picture now. We would have got smacked in the first round anyway if we made the playoffs. Just Sam Darnold cooked our defense. Aaron Jones, I mean, it kind of held him. Justin Jefferson torched us again. Jordan Addison torched us. Darnold recovered a fumble. 12 tackles for Cashman, 10 for Murphy. 2 sacks for Van Ginkel. A pick for Dallas Turner, who is an edge rusher, Gino. An edge rusher. And the game-sealing pick for Theo Johnson. 9 points for Reichert. 6 punts for Wright. I'm surprised we made them punt 6 times. Gino. What the hell, man? It's getting really, really, really hard to defend Gino. I'm not going to say we should do this, but I'm going to say you cut him, that's $30 million in cap. Just saying. His rushing was garbage. Dude, because Walker comes back and we just forget about Zach Charbonnet. 1 carry and 2 catches. Just because Walker's back don't mean you gotta abandon Charbonnet. JSN though, 95 yards and a touchdown. He got over the 1,000 yards. So he might, if breakout player of the year was an award, it's either him or Chuba Hubbard that would win it. I'd give the edge to JSN because I'm biased though. DK, for once, he caught with his hands and on his chest. Like, DK, that's what you should do. His first touchdown since the Falcons game as well. No fumbles. Josh Jobe and Tyrese Knight with 7 tackles. A sack for Reed. A sack for Boye. A sack for Derek Hall. No picks because we're just immune to that. 6 points for Myers. Missed the game-tying field goal, but he shouldn't have even had to go for a 60-yard field goal if our offense would just do something once in a while. And 5 points for Dixon. We just got to win out and hope the Rams lose to the Cardinals, which the Cardinals are playing for nothing. So, and it's also the Cardinals. Never hope for the Cardinals to win something important. It's not going to happen. Like, this season's probably over, and it kind of pisses me off because for like the 4th straight year, we're going to be right in the middle of the draft, and we're not going to get someone like a Tyler Booker. We're not going to get the Jonah or Josh guy from Arizona, the tackle, Salvania or something. I want him or Booker. We're not going to get either of those players probably because we're just mid every year. We don't win enough. We don't lose enough. We just are a barely under 500 or barely over 500 team. There's no in between with us since 2022. It's annoying. You know, the Bills do this every once in a while. They barely win games they should blow their opponents out. This is one of them. Drake May, still a great quarterback. Build the team around him. You guys will be good again. I hope you are never good again, actually. Stevenson, 60 and a touchdown. Booty with a touchdown. Hunter Henry with a touchdown. Drake May, he does like to fumble, I will say that. tackles for Duggar, a sack for Farms, a pick for Marte Mapu in the end zone, I think. So good job there, Josh Allen. 3 points for Sly, 3 points for Behringer. Josh Allen, did you go from 2 straight weeks of just pure greatness and then to this? What the hell? What was this? Yeah, there's the. Oh wait, I thought that was a pick. No, that's the Patriots. The jersey or the uniforms in this game confuse me. You would think the Bills would be like the light white and the Patriots would be the all red, but they just weren't. James Cook had an elite game, both through the air and on the ground. He led both of those actually. Shakir and Cook lost fumbles. Bernard with 12 tackles. Half a sack for Spector and Johnson. A pick for Cam Lewis. 6 points for Bass and 4 punts for Martin. Raiders, this ain't a win. You just costed yourself a quarterback. Most likely. I don't know. Depends on how the rest of the season goes, but as of now, you have costed yourselves a quarterback, and you are dumb for that. Oh my God. Mac Jones, for once, didn't turn the ball over. Bigsby with the touchdown. Brian Thomas might just be the best rookie wide receiver so far. He's playing out of his mind. Bigsby lost a fumble. Strange lost a fumble. 8 tackles for Foye. A sack for Armstead and Mason Smith. No picks. 2 points for Little. 7 points for Cook. I didn't know Aiden O'Connell was back. I thought he was done for the season. But didn't throw a touchdown, didn't throw a pick. The rushing scored for y'all, and your kicker, obviously. Abdullah and Madison with the touchdowns. Brock Bowers, if the offensive rookie of the year wasn't going to Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix, I'd pick Brock Bowers or maybe Brian Thomas. Just these two players, they're so good in horrible situations with multiple different quarterbacks this year. It's not it don't matter for him. It clearly doesn't. I mean, Brock Bowers has been the most consistent tight end this whole year, in my opinion. Morig and Harper recovered fumbles. 11 tackles for Polamayo. A sack for Chason. No picks. 7 points for Carlson. 6 points for A.J. Cole. Okay, nice. Dolphins beat the Niners 29-17. The Dolphins' playoff hopes are still alive. Very slim chance, but they're alive. Brock Purdy, outside of a really, really stupid interception, you threw it right to the guy at the end. That's hilarious, but like, dude, that's I don't know. 313 and 2 touchdowns though. This rushing is nothing like anymore. George Kittle 106, 96 yards for Debo. He actually did something. Wow. Eric Saubert with a touchdown. No idea who that is. No fumbles. Warner and Green with 10 plus tackles. No sacks and no picks. No wonder you lost. 5 points for Moody. Of course, he missed a field goal. 4 points for O'Donnell. Tua, he didn't have a brain dead interception finally. Nice. 215 and a touchdown. Achane, at the end of the game, he just scored a 50-yard touchdowns for Gicks and Shiggles. Probably won or lost people fantasy this week. Not me, though, because I've been out for a week. Tyreek Hill, wow, he scored a touchdown. Whoa! Tua recovered a fumble. Jordan Brooks, 7 tackles and a sack. A sack for Zeiler. Because it wouldn't be a Dolphins game if this guy wasn't sacking quarterbacks. Same with Job Robinson. That's like 2 or 3 straight weeks of sacks for him. Nice. Kader Kaho with an interception to seal the game. Your kicker scored the same amount of points as the Niners. Insane. 2 points for Jake Bailey. The Cowboys beat the Bucks 26-24. Cowboys were eliminated from playoff contention before this game, and they didn't care. They wanted to sabotage the Buccaneers, and they did. Bucks, what the hell are you doing losing to Dallas? That's embarrassing. Baker, 2 touchdowns and a pick. I barely watched this game, besides like the final 5 minutes of it. Bucky Irving scored a touchdown. Mike Evans, 69 nice yards. McMillan with a touchdown. Ryan Miller with a touchdown. Rachaad White with the weird fumble at the end, or it might have been a pick out. No, the pick was in the end zone from Baker, and then White with this fumble at the end. That just sucks. Baker did everything to get out of that sack. Gets the ball off to White, and he just fumbles it like that. That's rough. Bucky Irving wouldn't do that. Izine with 13 tackles, half a sack for Diaby, half a sack for Kancey, no picks. 6 points for McLaughlin, 4 points for Browning. Now, Cooper Rush, he played himself a really good game. His rushing is god-awful. Zeke scored a touchdown in the Big 24. Alright. CeeDee Lamb had an elite game. The touchdown went to Jalen Tolbert. Bland picked up a fumble to end the game. Vigil with 10 tackles. A sack for Golston. A sack for Parsons. A sack for Wilson. A sack for Linval Joseph is still playing. Dude. And a pick for Jordan Lewis in the end zone. 14 points for Aubrey. You do not win this game without him. And 5 points for Brian Enger. And to end the week, the Packers shut out the Saints 34-0. Alright. Rattler did nothing. This whole team did nothing. Your leading receiver with 33 yards. Rattler lost a fumble. How cute. Davis with 10 tackles. No sacks, no picks, no kicking, 4 punts. Oh my God, Saints! I know you're horrible, but nothing. You didn't even remember you had a football game. That's, oh my God. Jordan Love didn't even really do that much. It was the rushing, clearly. He did throw a touchdown. Josh Jacobs with a touchdown. Emmanuel Wilson with a touchdown. Chris Brooks with the touchdown, whoever that is. 76 yards for Reed, 63 for Kraft. Dontavian Wicks with the receiving touchdown. Gary picked up a fumble. 10 tackles for Cooper. A sack for Devontae Wyatt. A sack for Keyshawn Nixon. A sack for Brenton Cox. A pick for Zane Anderson in his first NFL start, so congrats. 10 points for Brandon McManus and 2 punts for Whelan. At least you maybe enjoyed Lambeau Field, Saints. Well, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe. And turn the notification bell on so you'll never miss an upload. I will see you in the next video. Go Hawks!